Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. Hi. Hi. Welcome in. And... da 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 da. Ahem. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the theory crafting stream. Welcome in. Hi, Etsy. Welcome in. Hello. Hello. Is everybody ready for class? Is everybody ready for class? Is everybody ready for class? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Do you like my whiteboard? Do you like my whiteboard? Look, 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 look. Oh, that was bad. Wait. Ah. Why is the stability on this shit awful? Wait. Is there a way that I can change that? Bum 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 bum. Let's see, let's see, let's see. There's no stability. No, no stability. Boo. Oh wait. It would be this. Maybe this? Maybe this will help. Oh. Leon has joined. He's gone now. Don't worry. Ah! I keep messing it up. Sorry. I didn't test this beforehand. Should have tested it beforehand, but I didn't. Okay, that's better. Yeah! Oh. Yeah! Yeah! Okay. Guys, we got a whiteboard. We got a whiteboard! Mizu has the ability to now draw on things. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I got the ability to do that now. Why is he so grumpy though? Well, he's kind of he do be dying, so I think he has a reason why he was grumpy. Nerdzuki, actually, actually. It's a bad idea for you to draw on everything? Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Ha ha. Music could draw on our whiteboard. What a world we live in. The wonders of technology. Technology! I'm gonna do my best to write things down. But it's gonna be hard. This is gonna be hard because sometimes my pen doesn't pick up. My pen doesn't pick up. Okay, Frugal! Hi! Welcome in. Write out the quadratic formula? Oh shit, I don't know what that is. Wait, do I know? Wait. Ah, my smoothness. I'm too smooth. I'm too smooth. I need to be less smooth. Maybe 10 smoothness. Wait, is that right? Wait, is that right? Guys, do I know the quadratic formula? Is that the quadratic formula? Square root of pi? Oh shit, I don't know that. It's, this is what it is. That's the square root of pi. That's it. That's the usual function for a straight line. Well, I'm not a math teacher. I failed that shit. I failed that shit. You want to know what the correct answer to every math problem is? There you go. There you go. even know what that is. I don't think I even learned that. Oh. You were sent to the hell dimension. Funny that it's locked and then it just deleted it anyway. Funny that it was locked and it just deleted it anyway. You know, math is hard. We're all going to the 9th circle. We're all going down. The other funny number, nice. The better funny number, in my personal opinion. The better funny number, in my personal opinion. Anyway, hi guys! Good to see you all. If you're new here, hi! My name is Mizuki Akemi. Maho Shoujo Villainous, here to steal your heart and then the world. Steal your heart and then the world, in that order. In that exact order. Very nice to meet you. I am a VTuber and also an animation major with a love for story and theories and all this type of stuff. If you have theories, please, 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 please put them in the comments of this video. I want to hear all of them. I want to hear all of the theories. I'm so open and I want to hear everything, and I want to, it makes me so happy whenever I saw all the theories on my reaction videos. So I thought this would be a really cool way to like connect with the community and also just talk things out. And also you guys notice stuff that I don't on watches, you know. You guys can point things out to Mizuki and Mizuki can be like, oh my god, that's so peak, you know. So what's the plan? Well, welcome to the stream. I got a little whiteboard, but there's also more surprises that I didn't tell you about. There's more surprises I didn't tell you about. I'm excited. Can you wait, can you draw the solver symbol? What's the solver symbol? Oh, think of the simple wicked! All the theories for Mizu-sama. All the theories! I want all of them! I love reading them. I love reading them. This is a safe space for all theories. This is a safe space for all theories. Please, please, I want to read all of them. The absolute solver? I don't know if I know what that means. I have a little bit of a goldfish brain. Narzuki-sensei, can you help me with math homework? I can't. I'm like the worst person to ask with a math homework. I was in AP English, not math. I was in AP English because I was really good at writing stories. I literally wrote an Outsiders fanfiction and ended up in AP English. It happens, it happens. Guys! I prepared a little treat for you guys during this stream. I actually need to grab my own notes that I was taking, because I did in fact sit down and talk and think about like the things that I thought were interesting and I've noticed. I did have a little bit of a rewatch of episode 7 and 8? Or is 8? 8. I watched episode 8 over again not too long ago. By not too long ago, I mean Tuesday. Was that yesterday? I don't know what day it is. Listen, time flies. Time flies. I don't know. Anyway, guys. Guys. Here's the thing. I don't really have a structure to this. But what I do have is, bam, cute drawing. Bam, take my cute drawing. Bam, I drew that myself on my iPad. I drew that myself. Look at the cute drawing. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. Look at this goober. Look at that goober. Cute. Look at that goober. We got goobers, guys. Don't worry, Pomni's not the only one. Yes, I know some of the colors are wrong because I miscounted stripes. That's my bad. I know on the pants I miscounted the stripes. But look how cute she is! I didn't think I did too bad. How very cute, thank you. Hello, welcome mean? More goobers. More goobers! We have so many goobers. We have so many goobers that it's crazy. We have so much goobers. Professor Mizu, can you explain the significance of 5-7? I believe what Gooseworks said in some sort of Twitter statement, not Twitter, but Tumblr statement, is that the number 5-7, the numbers 57 is a inside goof. It is an inside joke. It's an inside joke for the animators and the staff. We do not know the inside joke. Unfortunately, Mizu does not know the inside joke. But that is the intel that I have gathered from the number 57. I suppose the number 57 is just the office's silly goofy number that they like to use a lot. It's a silly goofy number that they like to use a lot. Write that down, write that down. Write that down, write that down. As far as I know, there could be another meaning that I totally don't know about. There could be a totally different meaning that I don't know about. Okay? Write that down. Pomni, do you like her? She's actually really fun to draw. I like drawing her face. It took me forever to figure out how to get these shapes to work out. Oh my god, my drawing is ass because I simply don't know how to I don't know how to use the tablet that I'm using right now. But these here, hard to figure out the shape for that for me for some reason. And then it was also hard to figure out these little ball areas on her legs. Everything else, I really liked doing the torso and the face. I'm very proud of the face. I'm very proud of the face. What was the thing we were supposed to pin the other day for the Amazing Digital Circus? I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. I don't remember. Listen, okay, so one thing's for sure. I think if you haven't, I did look into this today. But I think everybody who wants to really get into the lore and stuff should really take a look at some of the source material that inspired this little goober right here in the world that she lives in, okay? And that is was it? Oh god. What is it called? I know it, but I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong. But I have no mouth, but I must. I'm too big, I'm in the way. Wait. But I must scream. Look into that. Lock into that. Guys, if you know nothing about that, there's even a game, bro. There's even a game. If you're a gamer, there's a point and click game. I will say, there is some warnings. There is some warnings that I will have to warn you guys about. There is some warnings, I fear. It features... Oh. I just simply didn't pick the colors that I wanted. There is some trigger warnings for this literature. This literature. I actually prefer the game adaptation more than the book. I feel like the game adaptation lines up more with TADC. Personally. So, trigger warnings. Trigger warnings for a great few things Yikes. 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 Especially this one. Please pay attention to that, because that's in here. So if that triggers you, please be aware that that is in this material right here. But there's a lot of characters in there that I definitely see the influence from. But there's one character that doesn't match up to any of them, and that's this little goober right here. She does not exist in this influential material. The influential material. But everybody else has a character that they kind of resemble in a way, which is really cool. And also it's just really cool to hear the story. I really enjoy dark stories. I really think it's fun. You know. I also read all the terrible, awful, horrible stories in AP English, you know. I kind of like the artsy-fartsy stories. So, very good. So, if you haven't, and you really want to get into theories and stuff, I suggest getting on that. There is a YouTuber that also did a very interesting video on it, and I watched that today. I can't remember the creator's name, but I'm sure if you looked up I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream and the Amazing Digital Circus, it should be the first video that pops up. I'm gonna be completely real and honest. But yeah, very, very cool source material. I feel like I definitely have a little bit more context. I don't know the ending of the story still. I don't know the ending of the story though. I'm not gonna lie. There's an animation featuring the AM speech. I can remember the channel, but I should be an easy search. Yeah! Mizu-sensei, why is Scratch's face being used to sell hot dogs at Spudsies? Because he's marketable! Marketable! No, I actually don't know why. My guess would be marketable or a little Easter egg to be like, oh! This guy's gonna be important later. Is Pomni not Ted? No. Pomni is not Ted. I think Ted is Jax. That's what SA means? Oh, yeah. That's why I put trigger warning. I can't say the actual thing, but just know it's in there. Just know it's in there. Just know it's in there. You didn't know the channel Roanoke Gaming? I think you'd like watching it on your own. I don't know that channel, I don't think. I don't know that channel, I don't think. Okay, so! What does it mean you want to talk about? I want to talk about the characters. I love the characters. I love dissecting the characters. That's like my favorite thing of every story is the way that you grab Mizu into a story. First and foremost is good-ass characters. W characters. I love characters. I love character arcs. I feel like you will grab me more with a story if you have really good characters more than the plot sometimes. Because even if your plot is written extremely well, it's the characters that your story pertains that makes it worth watching, you know? For me personally, this is how I do. But, I really love characters. So, what I like about all these characters is that they're all so unique. They're so all of them are so unique, and they're all having their own struggles that are really, really cool. And I love dissecting all this type of stuff. So, take our little goober here. Our little goober. Our little goober. Okay? We got Pomni. We got Pomni. Silly little goober here. Silly little goober here. Okay? So, Pomni a lot of the things that makes her unique is that she feels the most human out of the cast. Because she is the newest. Right? Everybody else gets this sort of, what is it? How do I explain this? It's like this adaptation, they adapt to their environment, so they're more like chill with the fact that they're silly, goofy cartoon characters, you know? Okay, if you guys are gonna be spamming in chat, I'm just actually gonna bonk you. So please stop spamming. This is your warning. If you do not stop spamming, you will just simply be yeeted into the Shadow Realm. Sorry to say it. Sorry to say it. But if you keep spamming, you're gonna be sent to the Shadow Realm, and nobody wants to go to the Shadow Realm. But they get this sort of like, they like adapt. They adapt to the circus and all of its nightmarish things. Right? So they kind of get used to becoming like these cartoon characters. And Pomni still feels very human because she is the newest. So she still acts like she would if she were human. You know? Which makes it fun. Which makes it have a fun, interesting dynamic with her. She kind of has a bit of like a hero complex. If you don't know what a hero complex is, it's the belief, is basically she wants to save everyone. She wants to save everyone. You know? I have witnessed the yeeting, as you should. As you should. This is why we're getting more mods in soon. Anyway, she wants to save everybody, which is very sweet and very nice, but it's also very hard because then that means she puts a lot of weight on herself. She puts a lot of weight on her shoulders. There's a lot of like expectation. You know. She's the viewer's vehicle for the story and not really a blank slate, but someone who we would be in the same position of. Exactly! That's also true! That is also true. I predict she won't save anyone. Ooh. Do you think her evil arc with Jax was just giving in to those darker feelings she might have? I don't think that she has a lot of darker feelings. I feel like that was more genuinely trying to connect with Jax in the only way that she knew how, which was being on the same level with him. I'm taking notes right now, as you should. As you should. Class is in session. You will be quizzed. I say like a liar. I have no quiz set up. Hi, welcome in. But she puts a lot of weight on herself. She puts a lot of weight on herself, which causes a little bit more stress. Poor sweet little baby. Poor sweet little baby. But she also has a crazy character growth. She has a crazy character growth because her growth goes like this. It goes like scared. Pretend that is spelled perfectly. It's hard to do it this way. It goes from scared to okay to my brain was on a roll and then I immediately forgot what I was gonna write. God damn it! This is my ADHD in the works. Okay. She becomes okay, and she feels kind of like she ends up just becoming the leader. She just becomes the leader. She couldn't connect with Gangle either. She kind of got brushed off. I think she ended up connecting with Gangle at the end of the Spudsies episode. I think at the end of the Spudsies episode, only 2 people really got to see what Gangle was struggling with, and that was Zooble and Pomni. I think Pomni reaching her hand out and extending it to Gangle of being like, hey, I can handle closing. It's okay if you want to head home first. You should really get some rest. I think that meant the world to Gangle in that moment. It didn't seem like it was a big thing, but I think it is a big thing. And we'll get to that when we get to Gangle's page, because everybody has a page. Surprise! Everybody has a page. Surprise! Everybody has a page. But yeah, Pomni struggles the most with guilt. She struggles the most with guilt. She wants to save everybody, but she's afraid that she won't be able to save anybody. So that's kind of why I think Jax is one of her top priorities. Because she can see Jax slipping. She can see Jax slipping. She can see Jax like separating himself from the rest of the group. So that's why I think she's been doing her best to stick around him and like have that conversation with him. I'm so excited to talk about all of Jax's crash outs because they're so fucking cool. But she ends up like, it's so cool. I love Pomni as a character because she goes through this crazy character arc with like how she immediately becomes like this little scaredy cat little baby. And then they have the funeral for Kathmo, and then that kind of opens her eyes of being like, I'm not alone here. I'm not alone here. The people here really care about each other and they care about me, despite me just being here. So therefore, I'm going to, you know, put it in the same effort that they're giving to me. And she becomes friends with everybody. They end up bonding over their multiple adventures. And then she ends up becoming this leader, being put into this leader role where she becomes more confident and more herself. All the way up to the point of the final episode where she feels confident enough to talk back to Kane. It's so freaking cool. So cool. She's slowly gaining a lack of self-preservation, like how she started in episode 1. I agree. I feel like Pomni is the type of person that would genuinely do anything for her friends. Despite just knowing them, I feel like she genuinely got close to everybody so fast and understood their struggles. And she's just so ride or die for them. You know? Which is super cool. And could be very fun to play with. But yeah, that's what I got on Pomni so far. As a little character analysis. I love character analysis. I love them so much. I think it's fun. But yeah, that's what we got on her so far. That's what I got on her so far. Of what I understood from everything. I gotta make little folders so we can keep these. Keep these organized. Pomni real for that one? I believe she might just... I feel like she just might jump into the void and escape the circus. I don't think she'd do it alone. She'd definitely do that with everybody. And she wouldn't do it just for fun. Like, I don't feel like she would do it as like a, if she didn't know what was going to happen on the other side. I feel like she has to know what happens on the other side. Their forms are supposed to reflect their personality traits, and what a jester's job is to smack talk the ruler in charge, after all. That is true. That is true. That is true. What's a little observation? I like that observation. Okay. Number 2. We're gonna keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Look how cute my Ragatha drawing is! Do you like it? Do you like my Ragatha drawing? I'm going to bed right now. Okay, thank you for popping in. Oh, Yasamizu. Have a good rest of your night. I appreciate it. What do y'all think when they get out of the circus? Do they go back to their own timeline? I think they would all go back to the same timeline. My question is, how are they going to find each other after? Because I don't think they're all in the same place. We kind of need a Mizu art stream. I don't think I can do that with the utilities I have right now. I don't think I can do that with the utilities I have right now. Because the tablet that I'm using right now is not my main one that I know how to use. So all of my lines are like shaky. It's so bad. I don't think you'd want me... Like, this is how I wouldn't be able to do it. I can't do it. This is not how I usually draw circles. But it's how I'm kind of forced to draw circles with this tablet. I fear none of them are leaving in the end. Well! How are they still alive? That's a good question. That's a good question. But listen, I ain't gonna fully get into the specifics of cartoon logic. You know? There's certainly a way. There's certainly a way. Okay. We got Ragatha here. I don't know if I'm gonna... Should I maybe use blue for her? Maybe we use blue for her. Maybe like a blue that isn't so hard on the eyes. That would be great. We got Ragatha here. We got her here. Out of everyone, Kinger might not be alive anymore in the real world. He's kind of old. He's kind of getting there in age. No, there's going to be a lot of things that they're going to wake up to and like not know what happened. Like, what was it? I saw a tweet that's like, somebody said that with somebody said that whenever Kinger went in, he's gonna come out and find out what happened to the Twin Towers. And I went, what the? I mean, it makes sense, but still, it made me just be like, wow, he has been in there for a while. I think Ragatha and Kinger are from an older age because she didn't understand Breaking Bad reference in episode 5. Yeah, Ragatha is the second oldest, I think, out of what people have said. He's missed out on a lot. He has missed out on a lot. He has missed out on a lot. But yeah, I definitely think Ragatha is the second oldest of the group. Right? She's like 30. She's like 30. So if Kinger's like 48, then she's like 30. So yeah, I think she would be the second oldest of the group. Okay, so Ragatha. Ragatha is our good old, she's our good old mom friend. She's our good old mom friend. You know, she checks in on everybody. She makes sure everybody's okay. She makes sure everybody's like fine. You know, everybody has their hard days, and she always has to be that nurturing friend. But who's gonna help her? Who's gonna help her? You know, she gives so much, but who's actually there for her except for Kinger in that one episode? And then she talked about something very interesting in episode. Was it 6? Was 6 the one where it was the softball episode and they put Jax in the maid dress? Is that 6? Was that 6? I think that was 6. Was that 6? Double check me. Double check me! Triple check me! She said something very interesting. 5. Thank you! I knew it was 5 or 6. I just didn't know which one. Episode 5. Thank you, guys. There's like something that happens in episode 5. Where, what was it? She talks about the situation where she and Jax were friends at one point in time. No. Yeah, she was yelling at Jax. It was like her yelling at Jax, which I found very interesting. It's it's 5 leading into the gun episode, which I think that one is 6. With this whole arc that she has, which is like, she pushes Pomni away. Okay, firstly, she sees Pomni and Jax like getting along. Right? She sees them getting along. And then she kind of pushes Pomni away. She first accuses Jax. She first accuses Jax. She first accuses Jax of, like, trying to corrupt her. Like, Jax is this big bad guy. Which I thought was, like, really strange. Because, like, I know this has to be something that was, like, boiling up for her for a while. But that makes me so curious of, like, what happened with Ribbit and Kaufmo to where she feels that way about Jax. She tries too hard and takes Jax making friends with Pomni too personally. I agree. She does take it too personally. And then she ends up pushing Pomni away. She ends up pushing Pomni away. And then when she talks to Kinger in episode 6, right, with the guns, and they're both in that he has that beautiful speech, which I love so very much. All of Kinger's speeches are done so beautifully, and it makes me feel all happy on the inside, and it teaches you all these beautiful life lessons. But she says that she feels like she's failed just because Pomni became friends with Jax. She says she feels like she failed Pomni. From her perspective, all of Jax's friends abstracted. I think she fears for Pomni's safety. I can see that. Ragatha and Jax kind of give me bitter ex who can't be civil around each other vibes. Yeah, they really just throw hands. But then again, I think Jax just kind of throws hands with everybody. But just because he thinks it's funny and not because he actually hates any of these people. I genuinely don't think Jax hates any of these people. I think he just likes pushing their buttons just to see what happens. We'll get into Jax later. I have like a whole bag of chips for that guy because he's my favorite because of how deep I think his character arc goes. Just because they don't tell us much about him. Because if you really think about it, they really haven't given us any solid, concrete, like, this is something that's wrong with Jax that he has said out loud with his mouth, you know? Like, we know Ragatha has motherly issues. She said it out loud with her mouth. But everything that we know about Jax has to be inferred by context clues. And even so, it's not 100% still, despite that, because he hasn't said it out loud with his mouth. You know? Jax has been on her because her case more or less since Ribbit went because of her cheerful disposition. So Ragatha is interpreting his aggression against her as hatred. I see. Oyasumi-Mizu! Oyasumi-Mizu, have a good rest of your night. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting that she instantly, like, used the word failed. She instantly used that word. Like, she immediately, like, was like, oh, she's friends with Jax. I'm giving up. Failed is such a hard word to use. It's such like a well, I failed her. It's over. And that gives me more fuel to my fire of what I think I have in store for Jax. So that's going to be fun. I'm very excited to talk about Jax, and I think I'm going to leave him towards the end. Just because I have a lot to say about him. And most of my theories retain around Jax because he's just fun to think about as a character. He is the funnest character for me to think about and try and dissect. But yeah, that's what I got on Ragatha so far. I should probably put, Great! That's also important. As we all know about her character. But yeah! Jax leaves so much to theorize over. Exactly! He's too, like, out there. Okay. Look at my little gangle! Do you guys like my little gangle? I think it's telling that Jax does look genuinely sad for Ragatha when she begins getting into her issues on episode 5, even if it's only for a moment. We will get into Jax. I have so many things I want to say about that guy. Bro, I have so many things I want to say about that guy. Okay, so we have Gangle. Look how cute she is. I gave her the little kitty mouth because I feel like that's what she deserved. What color should I give Gangle? I don't want to use red too much. Gangle, you're getting maybe like a teal. Sure, teal is fine. Oh, Gangle. Oh, Gangle. Okay, we got Gangle here. Gangle has her avatar gimmick, which is the tragedy masks. This is a fun little goofy way of masking. If you do not know what masking is, that is when, like Gangle, if you are sad and you're having a really shitty day, but you still have to go to work and you still have to put on a smile for customer service, you do something called masking. And that is exactly what it is, basically. It's you put on a mask of something that you're not feeling to not make others worry about you. And to get your shit done for that day. So, if you're feeling really sad, and you're feeling really upset, but you still have a 9 to 5 to work, then you've probably masked before in your life. You've probably masked before in your life. I think it's also something very common in the world, but not a lot of people know that they do it. I don't like remembering customer service. I'm so sorry. I saw one person who was doing an analysis on Ragatha say that when she answers Pomni's question about Jax, if Jax has friends with not anymore, she was referring to herself, not Ribbit. Oh, that could be. And then it was just kind of misinterpreted. It was just not well placed. Because it did feel like Ragatha came out with the left hook, which was it felt very, like, jarring from her character, from all we knew of her, was just sunshine, happy rainbows. Even though I am dying and my face is playing Pong, I'm still going to be nice to you and say that it's okay. Like, you know. I also saw some theories that I don't know how like, I'm gonna put it in here just because some people have this theory. And I feel like it's not I don't know much about it, but some people think that she may be bipolar. But I don't know much about bipolar disorder. I don't know if it's a disorder. But I don't know much about being bipolar to actually like be like, oh yeah, that's definitely what happened. Like, I'm not an expert. I don't know. But I do know that that is a theory, so I'm just gonna put that up there. And for those who are more knowledgeable, you can please correct it in the comments. I don't think she's bipolar. I think she is masking personally, but I do know that that is a theory. So I'm putting that up here just in case. I'm putting that up here just in case, right? But I personally think it's more about masking than it is about bipolar, because it's it feels more on the nose. It feels more on the nose and it feels more comfortable. I definitely think that Gangle suffers from depression though. And I'm also want to bring up the truck. I want to bring up the truck because it happens not once but twice. Which I think is a very interesting detail for it to happen twice. I've seen that too. I don't think there's enough of a difference between her happy mask and sad mask to say that. I agree. I genuinely think it's masking for me personally. But I did want to put it up here just in case. Not the truck-coon! Yeah, the truck. It could just be, you know, silly. She likes anime, gets isekai'd, kind of like silly. But most of the time in isekai type genres and things like that, the main character usually is suffering from some sort of depression or hardship to where they want to leave the life that they have to experience a new, better one. So I think this helps with this a lot in my theory. I think this helps. I think these go hand in hand. I think the truck goes hand in hand with my theory that she is depressed. I think that goes hand in hand. Let me put isekai. Isekai. Get isekai'd. Bipolar is an extreme mood swings from high energy to severe low, depressing to varying degrees, like any mental illness. Yeah. I don't think... Yeah, for me, I don't think that's what Gangle is. Go away, Chuck-chan. We're already in the isekai. We don't need to go to another. We don't need to go to another. We already have one. We can't do this again. We can't do this again. It's a theory that Gangle got hit by a truck in real life and got to and to save her or buy time, someone put the headset on her. Huh. That's interesting. Why would they have that outside of like a computer? They're just like, she's dying! We must send her to the digital realm. No, I definitely do think she has some truck-related trauma. For sure. Whether that is if she was ran over or hurt or something, it definitely feels way too, like, way too coincidental to happen twice. Whenever it like, you know, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. Was it? Something like that. Like, if it happens twice, then I'm like, that's too much to be coincidence. They're trying to say something here. Especially if one of those happens in the torture scene. I mean, I can see it, but I wouldn't be quick to put any kind of mental health to anyone. More so recognizing what they're like more than trying to diagnose them. They could have been transporting the headset. Could have been. The truck theory is neat, but definitely has holes in it. I think there's more symbolic than anything else. Yeah. That could be true. I think it's a silly isekai reference for, like, escapism. I saw a really interesting theory that says Ragatha might have an eye patch in real life because of the physical abuse from her mom. Whoa! That would be kind of sick. I would love to see a character design with an eye patch, personally. That's because, I just love eye patches, man! I think more people need them. I think more people need them to look cool. I know that, just in general. I feel like it's a cool, like, design aspect as a designer. Not of, yay, trauma eye patch. That's not what I mean. I mean, as a character designer, I think eye patches are cool. Why else would she have a dark blue button for an eye? She might have heterochromia. That's also another thing, too. Which I also think would be cool in a design. All the things Mizu thinks are good in a design. Okay, I feel... Okay, with Gangle back on the track. I feel like Gangle, she doesn't really have a lot of friends. I feel like out of everybody, she's the closest with Zubul. But she only just became friends with Zubul. So I feel like she mostly keeps to herself. So I think definitely Zubul is like #1. You know? And I feel like she just doesn't have too many other close connections. She kind of sticks to herself. You know? Most nerds don't have friends outside of other nerds or otakus. Real. Yeah, she's what's it? Oh, I know the word. Introverted. Introverted. I don't know if I spelled that right, but you know. I'm dyslexic. You're just gonna have to deal with my bad spelling. You're just gonna have to deal with my bad spelling. But I definitely think Gangle really appreciated what Pomni did in the fast food episode. She is Zubul's #1 stan. If Zubul has 10 fans, Gangle is 1. If Zubul has 1 fan, that is Gangle. If Zubul has no fans, Gangle is abstracted. Literally really and true. And they're so sweet. I do like her arc of being kind of like the one that Jax usually picked on to becoming more herself and more assertive as soon as she started hanging out with Zubul more, especially with that little conversation that they have with a sniper rifle in episode 6. It's so nice. I like that little conversation. I think that really helped Gangle, that really helped twist her in the right direction, you know? That put her on the right track for kind of healing in a way and getting herself up on her feet. She only recently became friends with her because Zubul is the most recent to enter the world. Jax said that he and Gangle used to partner up in every adventure before that. Do we actually have a timeline of who came in first, second, third, etc.? Because I would love to know that timeline. Well, I do know Kingers first, obviously. Okay, wait. Let me get... I want like a base timeline for everyone real quick. So, something bright. Mizuki color. Mizuki colored. Okay. Oops. Okay. Circus entry. I know Kinger is first. Then Ragatha. Is it Jax next? Or is it Gangle? Also, it's spelled introverted, so you were close. Dang! I'm not gonna change it because I'm too lazy. Kinger, then Ragatha, then Gangle or Jax. Gangle or Jax. Then Zubul Pomni. If I remember, their ages went something like this, right? Wait, let me get their ages. If I remember correctly. Yeah? This is supposed to be around like one of these. Does that seem about right? Yes. I can't remember so many details. I'm acoustic, so I remember all the details. Yes, yes. Okay, sick. Do we actually know when they got into the game for the first time? Mizu got our backs on that? Yeah, I got you, don't worry. I know it has to be in the 90s, right? So it's like 1990 something. 1991 maybe? 1998? That would be my guess. Somewhere in between this range would be my guess. I don't even know if that's close. Kaufmo and Ribbit came after Ragatha, but definitely before Jax. Ooh. Okay. So, let me put another color in here. Blue. They would go here. They're hidden behind my head, but you know. You get the idea. Breaking Bad came out in 2013, so current timeline is past that. Is it past that? 1996 is what the computer said. Oh, okay. So it would be more like... It would be more like, maybe this? Kinger said 96 and Ragatha 2005 are the only confirmed, I think. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of wikis that say Kinger entered the circus specifically on October 15th, 1999. But they're wikis, so take that with a big grain of salt. Yeah, it's gonna be a grain of salt. It's gonna be a big grain of salt. Okay. That helps me visualize things in my brain a little bit more. Sorry, jump scare. Okay. Zoops! Zubul! It's Zubul. Everybody's favorite non-binary icon. With a potty mouth. Very silly. Okay, Zubul. Of course, obviously. I don't know if I'm spelling this wrong, but slay. Very body dysmorphia, obviously. Not afraid to speak their mind. No BS. they did win the Sailor Mouth Award, as they should. As they should. As they should. I feel like Zubul came in second to last. They were a bartender and tattoo artist, that is correct. I think this works because they also like felt like they didn't stick with one job. Like it felt like everything about Zubul is that they just felt a little bit directionless with where they were going with both their mind, their body, and their soul. You know, like they didn't know exactly what they wanted to do for work because they kind of, despite being a bartender and a tattoo artist, they were kind of all over the place with like fields of work, you know, nothing ever quite stuck. So it continuously leaves Zubul with this narrative where their biggest struggle is like trying to find a sense of belonging. Right? A sense of belonging. They don't feel quite like grounded to where they feel confident in what they want to do with their life, you know, because what we know for certain is that they wanted to leave a mark on the world. They wanted to find something to leave their mark in the world. That's what they said. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's two relatively high skill positions for someone so young. Zubul really got around. Yeah, that's all. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You catch me perfectly. So I feel like this is a really cool way of like being like, hey, there's like a lack of direction. There's like a lack of direction everywhere for poor Zubul. And Zubul's just kind of trying to get to the surface of the water without drowning, you know? Which is so interesting for a character. I love this character. Welcome in! Hi, hi! Nice to meet you. Hopefully you're having a good night tonight. But yeah! Actually, canonically, they use all pronouns. They use all pronouns? That's awesome. I'm very happy for them. Very happy for them. But yeah. Yes, 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 yes. I think that's all I have for Zubul off the top of my head. Is just that they kind of struggle, and they struggle with direction on where they want to be in life and what they want to do in life and who they want to be in this world. That is their constant struggle, and trying to figure that out has been just a nightmare for them. Goose's avatar is closer in appearance to her other show. There's another show? Let's see what you're made of. Iconic Bazooble line. Oh, Bazooble! Silly. Okay. Who do we got here? Oh, look at that cute little Kinger drawing! Guys, I was very proud of how I got this haunch. I did a haunch. He's got a little bit of a haunch. Guys, look at my cute little Kinger drawing. Do you like my cute little Kinger drawing? I think he's cute. The goat! The goat! The goat! Okay, Kinger's color is gonna be... I think it's gonna be a darker blue, because the butterflies that he always conjures seems to be a darker blue, I think. My favorite character's here? Welcome to your favorite character. Welcome, he's here. Here he is, silly guy. Okay, so what we know about Kinger. Created Kane with C and A. Sane only in darkness. Deleted Kane. My brain. Conjurer. I don't know if that's spelled correctly, but you know, we ball. Did anybody else find the bucket of water scene kinda petty? I get she was trying to meet him on his level, but starting off hostile isn't going to help you reach him easier. I also thought that was petty. That was definitely made out of petty and spite, because I think it was more revenge for all of the things that he did to Gangle, less than maybe their... It's a mix of their pent-up anger and then also everything that they saw him do to Gangle, you know? But I also fully agree with that. I feel like the dumping water on Jax isn't going to help anybody, especially with how he was feeling that episode. And oh boy, do I want to talk about that so bad. Lost his wife due to abstraction, right? I'm just going to put Queenie with a sad face. Oh! Scratch! Scratch. Very wise. Cute. Sorry. I felt like it needed that detail. Kane's name spelled with an E at the end. Okay, got it. There you go. It's a funny reference from the Novocaine, which is a drug used in dentistry. I see, I see. I thought it was like the Bible. I thought it was like Hit Book the Bible. Because you also had Abel. That's what I thought. It's that too. It's a dual reference. Oh! Okay. Who says it can't be both? Both of this is good. My favorite reference from Road to El Dorado. If you know Road to El Dorado, you know ball! You know ball! If you know hit movie Road to El Dorado, you're a goat. And if you don't know hit movie Road to El Dorado, we need to do a watch party. We need to do a watch party. Stacked. Anyway. Very silly guy. Okay. Kinger theories. Is it crazy for me to throw out that he deleted King on purpose? Is it a crazy theory? This is my theory, so this is why I'm changing the color, because this is kind of like my color. This is Mizu color, right? This is Mizu color. I don't think that's Mizu color. Where is Mizu color? Oh wait, actually it is. No, this is Mizuki. Here we go. He said accidentally. Bro said accidentally deleted Kane. I'm just gonna put accident. Question mark. And then like a, maybe like a one of these. One of those. They did try to give him an olive branch to talk about his feelings, but you could have led with that or leave him alone. Plus he swore when he made his mistake. He said it was an accident and he had no reason to lie. I think he meant to go back to a previous line but misclicked the button. I did watch a video where somebody like actually like went through all the coding in the sequence, and I think there is like something that pops up that's like, are you sure you want to delete? But then again, I don't know anything about coding, so that could have been something else. Oh, there's something I wanted to do. Whoa, what is it? Memory files? Memory files? There was something else. Oh god. There was something else in that scene. What was it? What was it? It was something. It's not trauma. What was it? It was like, oh no, I'm losing it. What was it? Did I write it down? I might have written it down. Oh, I can't remember. There was something injection. Something injection. There was something injection in the coding. And I was literally like, what is that? It was something injection. He gave him something. He inputted an injection to Kane through coding. And it was like a crazy word. It was like terror injection or something. It was something. It was blank injection. Something injection. Oh god, I lost it. It's gone. It wasn't like trauma. It was like an awful word. Like one that's like, you don't want to feel this feeling. It's something on the lines of trauma, but it's not trauma. Oh boy. I wish I could remember it. I wish I could remember it off the top of my brain, but I got little goldfish brain and I didn't remember it. I didn't remember it. The Amazing Digital Circus injection. What's the injection? What was it? Torment injection. Torment injection. It was torment injection. Torment injection. Torment injection. Question mark, question mark, question mark. That word popped up in the coding. That word popped up in the coding. Torment injection. What does that mean? What is a torment injection? And why was that happening to Kane? What the hell is a torment injection? It does not sound good. Hi, welcome in. Why do you people torment me? That's literally something he says. It does sound rough. It does sound rough, bro. Torment injection. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Does not sound fun. And then it responds with, cannot inject torment. Torment must be 100% accidental. So he tried to inject torment? And then it said, no, we can't do that? That calls back to Kane's line in episode 3. Like any good world criminal, quote, Kane says in episode 3. You're right, you're right. You're right. People say something was malevolently changed some of Kinger's commands. So something else could have tried to implement the torment injection? Ooh. Like the blue AI? Like the blue boy. Evil blue. Here, I'll draw them both next to each other for fun. I don't know the plan was to remove Kane's power, but to put him to sleep till they could fix and or reset him. Yeah, that was the plan. That is true. It's just torment injection threw me off. This whole thing threw me off. Where I was kind of like looking Kinger sideways because I was like, what is a torment injection? And why was that in the code? So I'm gonna write this off. But I'm gonna also be like, what is this? I'm also gonna be like, what is this? You know? That still doesn't make me stop side-eyeing the torment injection. That's still also very concerning to me. At one point we'll get on that. One day we'll get the information. There was an entity actively rewriting commands and prompted the delete. Kinger accidentally hit yes. Oh, okay. So that's what happened. Do you guys think... Okay, wait. No, we'll get there. Guys, it's time for our favorite funny bunny. Our favorite silly guy. That has definitely done no wrong at all. I say like a liar. It was confirmed Bubble was also deleted. I did see that. I did see that. Kinger is chill and nice, and I doubt that he has a secret villain. I don't think he's a secret villain either. I think whatever he was doing for the sake of everybody. I don't think he's a secret villain. At all. Alright, guys. We're gonna talk about my favorite guy. Just because he's so interesting to talk about. I don't like him because he's Tumblr sexy man. I like him because he's broken and he has so many delicious, wonderful pieces of lore that is so, like, it gives you nothing but also everything, and it's all visual. And I love that. I love that so much. Welcome in, Sonic! Hi! Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Okay, so Jax, right? Jax is first and foremost. First and foremost, he's this. You know, he's that. First and foremost. First and foremost. I don't know if YouTube will bonk me for actually, like, writing out the word, but I can say that he's an asshole. He's an asshole. Secondly, he believes that this is all fake. He believes all this is fake. And then bro has okay, let's go. Pushes others. I can definitely spell away. Pushes others away. This is where we get fun. This is where it gets fun. Okay. Has a breakdown. Thinking. That's just a 3. Why did I write a 3? About Ribbit. Everyone hates him. Or dislikes him. Maybe everyone dislikes. Almost abstracts. Which is also crazy. Afraid to let people be close to him. So here we go. Here's some things, okay? Here's some things that Mizu has thoughts about. So I don't think I'm the only one that's thinking this. I think my theories is that he's behind. I think he's behind Ribbit's abstraction. I think they had a fight. I think he pushed Ribbit away. I think he said something to them, her, them. I don't know Ribbit's pronouns. I think he did something to where he abstracted or she abstracted. I think he's behind it. And I think that created some sort of trauma. And I think that's why he freaks out so badly. Like, I think he has a lot of shit going on underneath the hood of this very big melon-shaped head. I think he has a lot. I think he has a lot going on in there. I think he's behind Ribbit's abstraction. I think that he has something. He like can't go home. I think he believes whatever is at home is like 10 times worse than whatever is in the circus. I think he's afraid of what's out there. And he will probably even though he like knows that escaping the circus is a good idea, he follows everyone to escape the circus. But I feel like when that decision was right there in front of him, even if it was an adventure, he freaked out and he pressed that button so fast, which is so interesting to me. It's so interesting to me. Maybe he's main character syndrome. The rabbit also often has the main character in plenty of cartoons. This is my this is my hallucination, and I can do whatever I want until it wasn't. Exactly. I believe he also has that. I think he also has that. A lot of people seem to think that he caused Ribbit to abstract because she wanted to be vulnerable for a second, and it backfired because he took it too far. Yeah, most likely. Because what was it? It was there's like you could hear a little bit of a conversation that somebody deciphered during the scene where he crashes out at Pomni. Like right before he crashes out at Pomni, he's like silent for a second or something. There's like something in that episode of episode 6 where you hear him talking to somebody, and it's like a vague, far off memory, but you could tell it's buried deep because you could barely hear it. You can barely hear it at all. And it's like he's arguing with somebody, and it does seem like it's Ribbit. It does seem like it's Ribbit. Literally every time you see Jax about to slip into madness or slip into abstracting, you always see him near Ribbit's door. It was always the 2 times I think they were near Ribbit's door. At what part? I can't remember. I think it's around the time where they were about to have that, like, where Pomni was about, like, I bet this is my time to I guess this is my time to, betray you. Oh god. Let's see. Jax and Ribbit's argument. Let's see if I can find it. Oh wait, no, it wasn't that. It was in episode 7. It was in episode 7 where he's looking at the Iceland. I'm a liar. Sorry. Wait. Okay, wait. Yeah, here. Because there's voices that you hear. There's voices that you hear, and it's very interesting. Wait. I got a video. Wait, I got a video. Let's see. I got a video. Pause. Pause, champ. I got a video. Thank you to this wonderful creator. Millisummations. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but you guys will see the screen momentarily. You see their user at the bottom. W creator. Thank you. As you can see down here in the corner. Millisummations. I might be accidentally covering a bunch of the things. I will shrink. I will shrink for this. But you see this. Here we go.
Hey, you alright?
I'm great.
Hey, you alright?
It says stop arguing. I think it's Kaufmo's there too.
I'm great.
I'm crashing for the night. Good night. Good night. Oh, Yasumi! Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Hello, Angel. Welcome in. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was that scene. Sorry, my bad. I thought it was during the argument section, but it's not during the argument section. That's my bad. That's my bad. That's my bad. I got it wrong. I'm okay to. I'm good to know when I'm wrong. It's okay. I'm crashing too. Good night. Good night. Oh, Yasumi. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you for popping in. How are y'all doing tonight? Good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's. I thought that was so interesting and a little detail, because I know I heard muffled things, but I never thought that it was actual like words. I thought it was like NPCs in the background, but to see somebody actually translate that, it's so good. I'm gonna listen to that again, BRB. Yeah, please listen to it again, because it's like they're having it's definitely like Jax, Kaufmo, and Ribbit, and it's something about like, I'm not your best friend. I never was, and you can hear like Kafumo being like, stop arguing, and then Ribbit's like, I'm not, and then it's like, ooh, shit, drama, dare I say drama is drama. But yeah. I also want to talk about something that I saw and I noticed, but I didn't see a lot of people talking about, and I don't know if that's because I didn't dig deep enough for it. But did you guys know in episode 8, Jax has his tail back? Did you guys notice in episode 8 he has his tail back? I don't know when, because literally there's like the specific conversation that Pomni has with him when they're looking at the stars, where Jax is like, yeah, and I have this charming tail, and then Pomni's like, I've never seen you with a tail. His tail started in episode 6? He had his tail back since episode 6. How did he get it back? Where did it come from? That's something I'm just like, that feels like it was just, I don't know if it was like accidentally put back, or if it was like, I feel like it was done with like conviction. Like it was done for a reason. I don't know if he was like snapped back by Kane during those times, because that would explain it. That would explain why he would get his tail back. Maybe it was an animation update, but why make it a like said line that Jax has lost his tail and then not give information that he got his tail back? Like, that's my thing. They purposely drew attention to it. Apparently IRL, his tail was always meant to be there. The animators forgot to include it, so they made it a part of the story. Oh, maybe that's it. But even so, that's something small that Mizu picked up, and I was just like, oh, that's funny, he has his tail. Hi, I'm back. Welcome back! Welcome back. But yeah, I really think it's also interesting in Jax's little nightmare dimension that all of the people that he was with ended up like the shadow people that were like laughing and making fun of him turned from, you know, base faces, like NPC faces, you know, no form, no nothing, to Kafumo, Pomni, and Ribbit, which are the 3 people that he feels closest with. I also really enjoy, there's a lot of little animation things that I really love that tell a bunch of the story. There are something in the animation industry called story animators, which their whole job is to make sure everybody's expressions are on point and that you can tell story through their expressions on their faces. Really wonderful people. Love them to death. I had a teacher that was a story animator. Loved her to death. And a lot of story animation that I notice a lot happens with Jax in specific, because he has so many of these little micro expressions that are there for maybe half a second before he lets that mask slip back on. And it's most prominent when Pomni is around. It's most prominent when Pomni is around. Especially during that little hug sequence where he does smile for a split second before he immediately puts that mask on, and he kind of snaps out of it and he's like, oh, I need to push her away. It's so good. I love his little micro expressions. They do such a good job on him, and he's just so interesting to me, and I eat him up. I eat him up every day of the week because he's so traumatized and sad, and I don't want him to be fixed. I like him broken. He's interesting when he's broken. Give me more. He's really afraid to be open and vulnerable. Exactly! It helps push that narrative forward so very well. It pushes him forward. It pushes it forward into this very interesting light, to where he's just consistently like, it's just consistently there. It's consistently there lurking, you know? You're no main character. You're not even the funny one. You're nothing. Jax is plain and featureless under the bunny front in the nightmare. I agree. So from what I hear, Ribbit says, "You are or were my best friend," and Jax responds with, "Do you think I care about that?" And I'm not. Or it could be, "Guys, stop," from Kaufmo. That is literally what I think it is. I think it's Ribbit and Jax in a feud or a fight. We don't know what caused it, but I think this might be the fight that leads to Ribbit's abstraction. Because the narrative that they push so heavily, and they've mentioned it multiple times, it's like the Chekhov's gun of the series besides the names. The names I also think are very important, and I think might be the key of like trying to get them out of here is knowing their names. But I definitely think that was the conversation that led to Ribbit's abstraction. I think that's what drove Ribbit over the edge. And the thing that this series loves to promote and just to be like, hey, this is really bad, is you can't push anybody away. You can't make anybody feel like they're unwanted or unloved. And I think with what Jax said to Ribbit, and Ribbit being Jax's closest friend and Jax being Ribbit's closest friend, breaking that bond and burning that bridge in this nightmare led Ribbit to abstract. Hands up! Hands up, I may be cooking a little bit here. I got my pot. I got my spices. I'm throwing them in. It's drama. I think that has very valuable credit in the things that we have seen thus far in the background of the show. I feel like I'm cooking with that one. Also, by the way, I'm throwing away my Jax kills somebody in it. I'm throwing away the car crash thing. I'm throwing away. I definitely think those sequences of that IRL footage of him in the car driving and walking down the street and all that type of stuff, I think that was more him trying to escape. He was finding an escape from something, whether that be his home life, his job, his place of work. I don't know. What I do know is I feel like he was afraid and that he was in danger in the real world. So much so that he was so scared that he'd rather stay in the circus forever. So I think that's going to be very interesting, especially in this upcoming episode 9. Because what's going to happen when supposedly the one quote-unquote safe place that Jax has had is now torn asunder. And he now has no choice but to leave. Will he stay? Will he conjure some sort of... I don't know. Will he abstract? Will there be abstractions without a cane? Food for thought. Will there be abstractions anymore? What happened to those that are abstracted now that Kane is gone? I've never actually heard of this snow globe argument before. Finding crazy stuff like this makes me legit tear up for reasons I can't explain. You know what? That's fair. Hopefully it's exciting tears and not sad, painful tears. Hopefully it's I'm so happy that we found another clue and we're putting pieces together and I feel like a real detective and that's awesome, and not reminding you of sad things. Hopefully. I hope you're doing okay if it is reminding you of sad things. Don't worry. You can always take a break if needed. Don't worry. That is completely valid and fair. I think he revealed something to his closest friends and family, and everyone made fun of him or disguised it, or is disgusted by it. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. And he ran away to abandoned building and found the headset. Most likely. I definitely think he was squatting. Like, I definitely think it's something along the lines of he was definitely kicked out or, like, ostracized. And he squatted in an abandoned building and went, ooh, cool VR. Like, I also had no idea till now about the snow globe hidden voices. Crazy how much is hidden. There's so much. It's like a holy shit kind of tears. The same thing happens when I watch ghost videos or theory videos with big revelations. Oh, okay. Then it's like a eureka moment. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. As long as they're not sad tears, I'm happy. But I'm glad that I could show you something new. I at least brought something to the table. I know ball, guys. I know ball. I love horror ARGs and things like this. I know ball. I know ball. Don't worry. No, Mizu's gonna come in with a left hook at some point and just ult. And that was my ult. I fear that was my ult. I fear that was my ult. That was my ult. That was my big ult. Oh, another one that I was kind of thinking about as well is that Jax did react a little weird when Kinger was explaining Scratch and the first abstraction and like working for CNA and all of that. That whole like sequence, he wasn't kind of acting like himself, like he was really freaking out there. And I was wondering if it's like, I know it was with him coming to the full realization that this is reality, that this is his reality, and that kind of deep-seated like that kind of deep, like the thing that he's been pushing down and pushing away for the most becoming true, like the thing that he feared most. I think that might be part of it, but he started reacting whenever Kinger talked about the tumor that Scratch had. So I was like, maybe this is my shot in the dark. I don't think this one is true, but I'm gonna put it out there just in case. But maybe he has a terminal illness. Maybe he has some sort of illness. Perchance. I don't think that has enough grounds to have a theory on it, but I just want to throw that out there. I don't think that's not one of my main theories, but I just think it was a little weird that he acted a little like more uppity and started like having his panic attack there. That would explain why the footage flashes and we saw he looked frantic and why he looked like he was driving away from something in a hurry. Exactly. Jax realized that him and his bullying was real and it actually affected people. Yep, and it actually affected people. That's also true. I think that I feel like a lot of people just don't understand that despite everything that Jax does, he does care. He does care. But he's afraid to care. But I don't think that we're gonna see him switch up. I think he's just genuinely gonna continue being the same. In fact, I can see him being the antagonist of the final episode with Kane gone. I can see Jax really freaking out and actually like taking things in his own hands. And especially with now knowing that he can conjure things. I'm not saying he's a villain by any means, but I definitely think that he's gonna try and do whatever he can to stay. I think he's too scared of going back to the outside. And we're not gonna know what's out there until he breaks. So maybe that's why in the posters for the movie that we see this labyrinth themed around Jax is because Jax is conjuring ways to keep everybody there. And maybe even without his knowledge. Maybe he's doing it subconsciously. You know? Because I don't know. Bro rage baited his friends a little too much. He did. Plot twist, disappearing guy was the mastermind all along. Actually, can anyone else in chat confirm that there was any other background songs in the show used in the same way as the music when they enter Kane's office? Would blow my mind if there are. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Jax definitely is going to be the final boss in order to stay in his little world and not go back to the real world. That's what I think too. Maybe Jax was originally a nice guy, then felt the circus was his opportunity to be a jerk without consequence. Real life is something he didn't want to return to. That could be it too. Could be that he was like bullied in his real life and he just like wanted to feel big for once. So he decided to take out his aggression on these silly cartoon characters that he always thought was not real. Until he realized, oh shit, I became exactly what I hate, you know? That could be interesting too. But I kind of like my theory as it is so far. Did we consider the Soma theory? Oh, you mean of like what you guys were talking to me about where it was like cloning? Like digital cloning? And even though they are in the circus and they think that they're human, they're not actually human. They're AI that are so emotion pilled and like human pilled that they actually think that they're human, but they're not. And it's like the line of, are we really human? It's like the Madeline Pryor situation in X-Men. That's the best way I know how to explain it. If you don't know Ball and X-Men, my bad. Right? I feel like that would be... I feel like that's interesting to think about, and I think it would be really cool to have a series like that, but I don't think that we would go that deep into this. I feel like we wouldn't go that deep into this where it's like plot twist, everybody's AI. Because it would just, even though it is a really fucking cool concept, I don't feel like they were building it up towards that. I've seen a lot of people interpret him trying to cover himself after getting peeled in different ways. That's also true. I think for me, that was like his genuine fear response. Plot twist, Ming is actually the main character all along. I agree with that theory! I agree with that theory! Ming is the main character, guys. Yeah, I'm with the brain scaring theory here. That's my personal pick for most likely theory at the moment, until that theory also gets disproven. It makes the most sense to me right now, given the show's writing. I'd hope you didn't assume that then both you and Ming would look foolish. No! No! I don't want to look foolish! No! I'm sorry, Ming! I'm sorry! Forgive Mizuki! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Okay, those were my Jax theories, guys. Did you like that? I knew it was gonna take a huge chunk out of the stream because I could talk about that guy for like ever. Do you like my Kane? Like, we got Kane and Bubble, guys! Look at them! Yes, his arm looks wonky. I did it quickly, okay? I had to draw all these characters in one day. I did it quickly. They were quick little doodles. But I tried to draw him as best as I could in my favorite little screenshot of him. I love that one. That was nice. Thank you. That's beautiful Kane art. Thank you. I wanted to capture his essence. I can hear the shut up. Coming from that toothy goober. Yeah! Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to imbue. That's the exact emotion I wanted to imbue. I feel like Bubble's too big, but you know, it's fine. We know Kinger is gonna tell everyone something that's something might be that they can't leave due to being digital copies. Ooh, shit. Well, GG's go next. GG's, we're all screwed. Okay, wait. Alright, here we go. Kane time, man! Bubble is probably whispering, "You really are the lesser of the two" to him in the art. Yeah, most likely. Okay, let's get my first theory out of the way. First theory. Guys, I feel like this is very obvious for me personally. I don't know if it's too on the nose or too obvious, but... I feel like this is very obvious, but it's what I kinda am going with right now because I don't see any other option. And especially with Goose confirming that they both got deleted. They're both deleted. It's all but stated. Literally, it's all but stated. I'm gonna throw one out of the left field here, and I'm gonna throw something at you guys. I think Kane is an I'm writing over words. Antagonist, but not a villain. I think he's an antagonist for the story, but not a villain. I do not think he's a villain. Kane is the primary antagonist of the show. This is true. Okay, good. I didn't know if that was too crazy or not. Hands up. Because I know some people have their thoughts and opinions, but this is mine. I don't think he's a bad guy. He's too silly. 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 He can't be a villain. He's too silly. My personal theory is that now that Kane is gone, the better AI will emerge and let the humans escape, but not really. Just make a new real life for them. Ooh, that'd be crazy. I'd like that a lot. I kind of like that doomer ending. I'm always kind of a fan of doomer endings. I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm definitely labeling someone who calls me a milk maiden. You know what? Fair. You know what? Actual fair. Can you draw Kinger if you have any theories for him? Well, fun fact for you. Where is he? He's here. That's my Kinger drawing. It already happened. It already happened earlier in the stream. You're just gonna have to go over and watch that later. It's in the VOD. It's in the VOD. Kane was just made for making adventures for the cast, but the cast was just hating on him. They were just hating on him. You're correct in that antagonist does not mean villain. An antagonist is simply a character who works as an obstacle for the protagonist. Exactly. 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 My boy is not a villain. I'm gonna stand up. I literally love Kane. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I love Kane as a character. I think he's silly. I think he's goofy. I'm also gonna add the fucking torment injections here. Because someone was putting torment injections in his fucking code, right? Someone was putting torment injections in his code. Which I think led Bubble here. Which led Bubble here to confirm his worst fears. Because Kane's full thing, he even said it, was that his whole purpose is to create these adventures. And his biggest fear is for the cast to hate his adventures and hate him as a person. Well, not a person, but an AI. Because that's all he's meant to do. So I think the torment injection is what was happening to him. So I think Bubble was maybe behind the torment injections in his code. What's dumb is that you can abbreviate bubble to able. Oh my god, you can, can't you? Holy, you're on to something. You're cooking. He likes drawing bees, and he has a lot of eating imagery throughout the show, including his bee drawing. He does like the bee. He does like the bee. It is worth pointing out as well that Bubble was being nice to Kane at first. In the scene where Kane crashes out, he appears to glitch right before he starts attacking Kane's insecurities. He does. That's a torment injection, bro. That's it. That's a torment injection. But how, who, or what did it? It could have been Bubble himself, but it also could have been an outside source that started controlling Bubble. Because it could be that Bubble was truly made from Kane. And then the blue AI, like a freaking ghost, went in and just inhabited him. You know? Like he's possessed. But is now but yeah, he has become the blue AI. Where's the drama? Where's the excitement? I can't make any compelling stories without any danger. Exactly. I have a theory that Bubble predicted episode 8. Do you remember when Bubble said, "You should die" to Kane in episode 5? Maybe he predicted it. Maybe he was foreshadowing. It was me, Mizu. I began injecting Bubble with torment injections so that he would torment Kane and causing you to speculate on the show. Evil laughter. What the heck, XE? That's crazy. It was me. I'm the one. Wait, it can't be both of you. Because I thought it would be funny to mess with the digital copies of strangers. What the heck? When the red AI eats the blue one, you can see a very small dot fly off the side. I believe that dot is Bubble. Oh, really? Oh. Cool. But yeah, I definitely think the torment injections have something to do with his big major crash out. And then he has the whole like breakdown, which is really freaking cool, where he sends everybody through hell and back. My favorite is somebody, I don't remember which one of you it was, but you're the GOAT. I can't remember if it was Brian. It might have been Brian, but I can't remember. Please let me know, whoever it was in chat. But whenever we were reacting to episode 8 and we got to Ragatha's scene, Ragatha specifically, before the crash out, and during Pomni calling him ass and shit from a butt, calling Kane, like, literally being like, "We don't like your adventures, we think it sucks, and we talk bad behind you about it, behind your back." Ragatha says the line, "You never make us feel at home." And then immediately in Ragatha's torture session, it's her mother and it's making her feel at home, like what her home is in the real world. It was crazy. I don't know which one of you said it, but honestly, that was like the biggest brain thing I've ever heard in my life, and I lost my mind a little bit. I can't remember which one of you said it. One of you said it. It was one of you in here. I don't know which one of you it was, but it was one of yous. It was one of yous. I have to go now. Bye bye. Thank you for coming in. Oh, Yasamizu. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you for coming in. Or day. Or whatever time zone it is for you. That is crazy. Can't remember who. I can't either. But it literally blew me away. I was literally like, you're actually so right. It was literally like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. Not sure if it was me, but I do remember something like that being said. Mizu can't remember her loyal chatters. I remember all of you every day. I just can't remember the specifics of what you all say, okay? I forget, did you ever see what was on the plates in Ragatha's dinner scene? Because it's a detail I missed on my first couple of watches. Oh, I didn't. Wait. Chat lock in. Chat lock in. Lock in. I don't think you guys can see anything, right? Okay, good. I had to double check just to be sure. I can't have you guys seeing my YouTube recommended. Let me see. Let me see. Do this one. Oh god, I love this so bad. What even is that? Give me a sec. I'm waiting for this scene to pop up because I don't want to accidentally skip it. What is that? Oh god. Is it this one? No. Why is it not working? Give me a second. Something's not wanting to pop up. There it goes. Okay, let's see what's here. What is it? I don't know what that is off the top of my head. What is that? Are they centipedes? Oh. Oh my god, they are. That's crazy. Centipedes? That's crazy. Is that inferring that her mom is behind the reason why she's afraid of centipedes? Wow. Wowie. Wowie. That's a crazy little detail. We still don't know what happens when Jax holds his breath. I wonder if we'll see it in episode 9. I saw somebody's theory that I thought was really cool, which was they think that whenever Jax holds his breath, he goes invisible. And that's how he's able to get so many people's keys without, like, them noticing. And I was like, oh, maybe that's why. But also, cartoon logic. Or maybe Jax is just a conjurer and he figured that out really early because he's fallen... He's you know, very gung-ho about being, like, a cartoon character. He feels like the only one that has truly accepted being a cartoon character. So maybe he figured out the conjuring a lot sooner than everybody else's. And he's just been conjuring everybody's keys. For fun. Food for thought. Food for thought. One of the two. Per chance. He's Invisigal confirmed. That's crazy. Jax does break the fourth wall a lot. He does break the fourth wall a lot. That's why I asked the question of, like, like, is it actually being filmed to, like, a live studio audience or something? Toon Force is busted. Who knows what Jax has been keeping to himself? That's also true. He would not be shouting things to the hills. He would not be shouting things to the hills. That's just not the type of guy he is. Gangle said you never let us do things our own way, and her torture scene was she got hit by a truck, and on episode 4 she can't do things her own way and she gets hit by a truck. That's also true. Game theory, hire Mizu and us dogs so we can come on with insane theories that has nothing to do with anything. Exactly! Exactly! I'm that guy that's like, I'm connecting all the dots. You're not connecting shit. That's me. That's me. Funny thing I remember, MattPad predicted Jack Black would voice Kaufmo if we ever got a flashback of him, but it seems like Aaron Game Grumps might do it instead. Yeah! I love Aaron Hansen in the Game Grumps. I love the Game Grumps. I've been watching Game Grumps forever. I watched the Game Grumps probably as long as I've been watching Markiplier. I've been a huge fan of them. That's why I'm so excited about Gameoverse. I'm so excited about Gameoverse. I'm so excited to dive into that series. I'm so excited. Come up. Stupid autocorrect. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. It happens. Also, fun fact, when Bubble says, I'm having a baby, you can see a little bubbly fly past Bubble. I did see that. I did see that. I did clock that, and it made me giggle. It did indeed make me giggle. It's very silly. Please don't ignore me. This is not a karaoke stream, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not doing no singing. And also, I can't sing in Japanese, so you got the wrong VTuber, unfortunately. I wish you luck on your challenge, though. Can't do nothing about that from me. Sorries. Sorries. Aw, dang it. It's okay. I trust that you'll find somebody that's able to do it. I can't personally. I'm sorry. Sorry. I just don't want to sing songs in a language I don't know. You know? Like, what if I accidentally say something that means something not good and not what I meant? That's a fear that I have in the back of my head. I still think Pomni is an AI with fake memories because Kane didn't use her lives trauma to haunt her. Yeah, he instead used the guilt she felt towards Gummy Goo. Which is interesting. But maybe it might be because we haven't heard anything about her life that has been really traumatic compared to everybody else. The stream changes into a karaoke session, but Mizu sings Digital Circus fan songs. No. I wouldn't be ready for that. But then if Pomni has fake memories, wouldn't Kane also be able to extrapolate a torment from them? I really want to know what would happen if Kane got open access to the internet, if he can go on and do his job a lot better. If he just had access to the internet, man. Oh my god, he would become Ultron. He'd become Ultron and then he'd be like, it's time to nuke the world, man. It's time to nuke the world. Oh, I forgot something I wanted to add here. I forgot something I wanted to add in Kane's things. I just, brain blast, my Jimmy Neutron brain blast is here. Guys. And also, guys, riddle me this. Riddle me this. If Kane can't alter consciousness or your mind files, why did Jax so quickly become vegan in that one episode? If Kane says that he cannot mess with that stuff, why is he able to make Jax vegan, huh? I think he was lying. I think he can mess with mind files, and he's afraid of doing so because of what happened to who? Everybody's favorite guy. Everybody's favorite guy. Everybody's favorite guy. Wait for it. Bam. Bam! Mic drop. Oh god, I accidentally opened a new tab. Bam. Bam. Scratch the first abstraction. Saw a theory that Kane tried fixing Scratch's tumor and that's what caused him to abstract. It could be. It could be because maybe he saw like Scratch and Kinger as kind of like his parents. I don't know. He could also have had some underlying like upset, you know, like underlying anger towards them because of being thrown away. Because you also gotta remember that they are he did trap the two people that basically deemed him as faulty and jailbreaked him away to start a new AI project. To which he then broke out of and then ate and then etc. So I don't know if he would be so gung-ho on actually helping Scratch with his tumor. Because I feel like there is still resentment there, especially if Bubble was Torment injecting him. Kane definitely did something to Scratch, or at least Kinger suspects him to have done something, and Kane didn't exactly act innocent about it. Yeah, I think it might have been a little more intentional there. With the help of the Torment injection. I do see some resentment towards Kinger. Yeah, there is resentment towards Kinger. Fun fact, the name Jax backwards sounds like Scratch. I think that one's a little reaching. I did see the theories on that, but I do think Jax is his own person. Kane definitely has hard feelings. We see how he feels about Kinger through Abel. Exactly. He says he's able to add modifiers to add to and improve the user experiences. Maybe he's lying without realizing he's doing it 100% accidental torment. Going on with the story is Bible themed too. Scratch, or specifically Old Scratch, is an old-timey nickname for the devil. That's a crazy pull. You know ball. Holy shit, you know ball. You know ball. WXE for knowing ball. WXE for knowing ball. Holy crap. Mind blown. Explosion. Explosion. When you reverse the audio of Pomni saying Jax, it sounds like Scratch. Exie is our lore master in Vero's chat too. Exie just knows. Exie's always watching. Always knowing. The lore keeper. The lore keeper. Alright. I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got for now. For now, this is all I got. I think this is a pretty good basis stream for you guys to get all my thoughts and ideas out there. Well, the majority of my thoughts and ideas out there. I definitely have more, but I'm a little eepy and my brain is tired. But I feel like we got a lot done. VOD watchers, I see you if you're here. Hi. Put your theories in the description. I want to make more of these. Please. Provide me with more theories. If there's something we didn't talk about, if there's something interesting that you've noticed, any little Easter eggs, little things in the background, mixed audio, anything, even if it's from the shorts, put them in the description. Put them in the description. Put them in the description, please. Please, I beg you, please. I love hearing your theories. I love talking about it. I love watching you guys talk about it. It makes me so happy. I really have enjoyed interacting with this community so far. Everybody's been so very nice and welcoming and very, very kind, and I really appreciate it. And I respect all of your theories, all of your thoughts, and all of your opinions, and I want to read them all. No matter how silly you think they are, I want to read them. I want to read them. I'm interested. I want to know. Give it all to me. Please, please, please. That one I can't claim credit for, but there's just something I just thought about. Another old name for the devil is spring-headed Jack. Jack sounds like Jax, and rabbits have spring-like feet. That's crazy. You know too much ball. You're too powerful. Before we go, you should know that Uzi's railgun was in the gun episode. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's so awesome. It's a bit of a stretch, but it's fun to think about. It is fun to think about. Plot twist. Scraps abstracted the crap out of himself. Kane is in a desperate attempt to fix him, turns him into Jax. Maybe not, but who knows? Who knows? That's what's so fun. Have a good night, day, afternoon, or whatever time it is for you. Thank you! I appreciate it! Thank you for coming in. But yeah, for any of you who are new and watching me for the first time, hi! My name is Mizuki Akemi. I'm a Maho Shoujo villainess here to steal your heart and then the world. I have a live 2D, not live 2D, but a 2D specialization animation degree. I like talking about animation. I'm a storyteller. I took some story classes. I really love writing. I really love lore. I really love character design. That's kind of my thing. I really love animation. Anything in there. That's my kind of shtick. I love that type of thing. It's my little hobby on the side / what I want to do as a job maybe in the future, whenever I feel better. But I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. But yeah, I play a whole bunch of games and stuff too. I plan to do more theory stuff on more things in the future, whether that's more indie animation stuff and or horror ARGs, which I plan to do in the future. I'm very excited about that. But yeah! Yeah. In the Amazing Digital Circus Cafe in Tokyo, the Jack's pancake has berries inside the middle. In folklore, berries mean salvation. Could this mean Jax is the key to escaping? I think he might be. I think he's just secretly a really powerful conjurer, and we're gonna see it in episode 9. Or something like that. I feel like there's something with conjuring and Jax is gonna happen. I personally think he's gonna make that big labyrinth you see in the posters, because why is his face so prominent like he's the one behind it? You know, it gives like the labyrinth, like one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. David Bowie in the Labyrinth. There's that scene at the end where it's Jared the Goblin King and he's singing to Sophie. And there's the stairs that go upside down, stairs that lead to nowhere, drops to nowhere, all this type of stuff, and it's all kind of like changing as she goes. I feel like Jax is gonna do a similar thing to keep everybody there because he's too scared to go back. Labyrinth and Dark Crystal are my two Jim Henson goat films. Those, you know Ball! You know Ball, XC! I love... The Labyrinth is literally one of my favorite films of all time, and I really like the Dark Crystal as well. I think the Skeksis are so cool, puppet design-wise. I love them. And I like the one that melted. I think that was so cool. Like, practical effects-wise. Ah! Sorry, I love Muppets and puppets. I'm a huge nerd, if you could not tell. If you could not tell, Mizu knows Ball in many areas, and I'm a big nerd. Actually, I'm a big nerd. Okay. My favorite scene is from the trailer is where Jax looks at us with his biggest dilated eyes yet. Like he's completely lost it. It's so spooky. I love it. I love it. I feel like the only times that we see the real Jax is when his eyes are really tiny. Seven minutes is all I can spare to play with you. Wesker just selected another character other than me. Wesker, what the heck? Alrighty. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head off for tonight. It's late and I'm tired. But I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your days, evenings, nights, whatever time zone it may be for you. Thank you, VOD watchers, for watching. Thank you for everybody in the live chat who has come in today to listen to my crazed ramblings. I feel like that one guy that's like, I'm connecting the dots. You're not connecting shit. But it's fine and it's fun and we're having a great time. And that's all that really matters. But yeah, please leave all of your comments in the description. Please, I want to know. I want to know. Even everybody in live chat, if you have another theory that you want to talk about at length, please pop it in the chat. I want to see it. Pop it in the chat. I want to see it. The comment section below. Please do that on the VOD. I will read every single one and I will like them. Guaranteed. I will like it myself. I will like it and I will read it. And it'll give me more things to think about. But yeah, I plan on streaming tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. CST, I think. I think I have a stream tomorrow. I think we're playing Marvel Rivals tomorrow, which is exciting because Bucky might be coming out tomorrow night, technically. Maybe, potentially, possibly, depending on how late it is. I don't know. Anyway, we're playing Marvel Rivals tonight. We're playing, not tonight, tomorrow night. But yeah, so if you want to watch me crash out at silly Marvel game, there you go. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your days, evenings, nights, whatever time zone it may be for you. And with that, I'll see you guys later. Oyasumi-zu! 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 Bye-bye! Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye! Mwah!